What's up, vapes, and welcome to Head in the Clouds, episode 1. Welcome back, vapes, to the first episode of Head in the Clouds, and today we're doing the Zenith V2 clone from Angel Cigs. We're gonna dive up close and personal with this bad boy, do a cool review, and then do a badass build on this baby at around 0.6 ohms and see how she vapes. So alright, part of this Head in the Clouds series is to do a review on an RDA or an RTA, because you can get big clouds out of an RTA too. And the other part of the reason is to show you guys some cool builds. If you're nervous about doing builds, if you're new to builds, be careful and remember, build at your own risk. Study up on Ohm's Law, and I will put a link to Steam Engine below so you guys can go over there, check that out. If you're unsure about Ohm's Law, go check it out, do your research, use some good batteries, study up on that too as well. But remember, build at your own risk. So alright, let's dive down, show you guys the Zenith V2 that I picked up from Angel Cigs, and do a badass build on this. Alright guys, now we're up close with the Zenith V2. Comes in a nice box here. Not much here for any description at all whatsoever. It does tell you it comes with the stainless steel, black, golden, and copper rings inside. Let's go ahead and open it up and check it out. Alright, this is a 22 millimeter RDA, and it is 28.7 millimeters tall. Comes with the gold, copper, black, and stainless steel rings. Let's go ahead and check out, see what else it came with in here. Nice packaging. Comes with the Allen wrench. We're going to need that. Couple extra O-rings and some coils. So alright, let's dive in and check this bad boy out. You can run this in a single or dual coil configuration on your airflow. Let me show you guys how that's done right here. Alright, we got the 3 inlets. There's one on one side and one right there on the other for the dual coils. And this one here is for the single. So alright, all you guys got to do is take whichever ring color that you like, and you can set it up for a single coil, just like that. Or you can set it up for a dual coil. Your ring has a slot on one side and a slot on the other. You just got to line those up with your 2 slots here. Just like that. And this cap just screws back on, just like so. You just leave it a little bit loose, and that way you can adjust your airflow just like that, any way you like. But for this, we're going to run her wide open. Very nice. Now we're going to have to, the O-rings on this are very tight. Let me screw it in here real quick. So pop the cap off. And it does have, oops, dropped stuff everywhere. And it does have a copper center post all the way up through. Check that out. Oh yeah, yeah. Nice wide open slots in there. You can run dual coils on this bad boy. I've ran them all the way down to 22 gauge on this RDA. There's your Allen wrench screws, tighten down there. Double O-rings on the bottom. And there's the cap. It's got somewhat of a reduced chamber in there, so flavor out of this should be awesome. So alright, we're not going to go too much more into a review on this, just kind of show you guys about it, what it comes with, and the machining on this is great. Everything fits really snug together. All the rings fit on here very nice, and it does fit very snug on them O-rings there. You can barely get them apart with your fingers. And there we go. So alright guys, let's do a build on this bad boy. Keep this video from running too long. And today we're going to be using some 26 gauge Kanthal a 2mm screwdriver, micro screwdriver to do our build on, and we're gonna go with about 12 wraps on here, and should be right around 0.6 ohms. So all right, we'll go ahead and wrap our first coil here. You want to leave plenty of leg out there. I'm saying about 3/4 of an inch, ½ inch out there should be plenty. Go ahead and start your wraps as tight as you can get them, and remember we're doing 12 wraps. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I want to make sure our leads are coming off in the same direction, just like that. We can go ahead and push that down, tighten it up a little. We'll go ahead and snip off the rest of our wire right there. Alright, now we'll skip ahead and I'll build the second coil and we'll get them torched up and get them put on. Alright, we got our second coil built here. We're going to go ahead and give it a torch here real quick. I'll heat it up nice and tight. And when you torch these coils, it does heat them up and compresses them down, gets them all, let me show you guys here. See, look at that, gets them all nice and tight. There's one. Oops, bumping the camera here. And there's two. Sorry, we got all of our screws here backed off, so we got plenty of room in there to attach them to. Oop, we got a little shadowing action going on. Let me bring my light a little closer. We'll go ahead and attach the first coil in here. Just go ahead and slide them down in the post there. And then attach your negative. Now, I like to leave my leads a little bit out, about right there. And I'll show you why as soon as we get the second one attached here. Hold that down. Nice and tight. Alright, we'll come across here, and I like to trim this up just a little bit here so we don't have too much of it sticking out, and then we'll go ahead and attach our second coil. Alright, we just got that in there, slide it up. Want it about there so you have plenty of room to move that coil over to center it up. Go ahead and attach our negative. Negative down. Oops, keep dropping that damn Allen wrench. Alright, we'll go ahead and tighten down our positive here. Now, with that being copper, you don't want to tighten it too much. Now we left that room there. Now we can push our coil over just like that and go ahead and center it. We'll come around the other side here. We'll go ahead and cut our leads off first. Down. For this one we can kind of pull off to the side. Oops, moving the camera. There we go. Now we got our leads trimmed off. I'm going to go ahead and center this other coil. I pull it up just a hair. Back over this side. Pull it up. Back around. And just joggle these back and forth till you get them centered up, just like that. Check that out, ain't it pretty? Now this little piece of lead that we had here, we can just go ahead and pry it up against the post right there. Hopefully you guys can see that coming through in the video. Alright, now we're ready to see where our ohms came out at. 0.55. I was shooting for 6, so that's pretty damn good. Close enough for me. Let's go ahead and take it off. We're going to put this on our King 2 clone, brass. Sure, pin's tight. We'll go ahead and heat it up. We did torch the coils, but I do like to heat them up and make sure they are snug together and see how it fires. Just heat them up, compress them down. We do have one side just a little bit higher than the other here, if you can see that. I need to bring this one back down just like that. See how even they are? So alright, let's get this baby wicked. Alright, we heated up our coils, we got them back on the ohms checker here. We're going to check them again. We're at 0.63, so right where we wanted to be. Once they were compressed down, we're right at 0.6. So alright, let's go ahead and wick this bad boy here. Let's get a chunk of cotton. Nice little bit there. Let me go ahead and zoom back out just a hair. Oops, wrong way. There we go. Alright, about that much there we'll pull off. And we'll take about, I don't know, half or a third of that. Just remember, you want your cotton snug going through, but you don't want to be moving the coil. Yeah, look at that, nice and snug there. Not moving that coil at all. Should be perfect. Take a little bit off this here. And twist one end down so we can get it through. Nice and tight, but not too tight. There we go. We got our wicked. Sorry, I'm trimming the cotton on this one. On the Zenith V2, I like to just come out to the edge of the RDA of the deck here and go ahead and trim it. Trim both sides off. Not a lot of cotton. I don't like leaving a lot of cotton on this one, and I'll show you how it works. Oops. Right here, just tipped my mod over. Just like so. We don't need a whole bunch of cotton on this one, and all you got to do, see I got that trim just a little bit further than the deck there. Just go ahead and take each side and just tuck it down, straight down in the side of the deck there. Just like that. You don't need a whole bunch of cotton taking up room for your airflow and that in the deck here. Just that right there is plenty. Check that out. And that'll wick up all that juice in the bottom. And this does have a very nice juice well in it. I'm guessing it's probably about 1.5 millimeters deep. So it can probably hold about a ½ mil in there, maybe a mil with your cotton. And there we go. So alright, we're going to go ahead and get our cotton all saturated here. I'm going to be dripping the Bloodberry from Smooth Liquid. This stuff is so good. And just get it across your coils there. Just make sure when you saturate everything, your cotton stays out of the way. Basically is what you're doing here. And there we go. So, alright, we got her all saturated up. Just want to make sure our air holes are open on both sides, or however open you like it. Remember, you can just adjust them like that. I want mine wide open. And then line your air holes up with your coils. Voila! There it is, Zenith V2 at 0.63 ohms with 26 gauge Kanthal wrapped around a 2mm screwdriver. Let's give this bad boy a vape, shall we? So alright guys, here's the moment of truth. Let's give this bad boy a vape. See if we can put our head in the clouds. Woo, baby. That is a cloud coming out of that bad boy. Those air holes in there are plenty. Wow. At 0.62, 0.63, whatever it was, ohms right there. Wow. We didn't have to go super low to get a great big cloud out of it. That's just proof right there. You don't have to go down to 0.05 or 0.12 to get big clouds, big flavor. Oh my gosh, that juice is tasty. And that juice is a 50-50 blend. Let me show you guys right here. Oops, dropping stuff. See right there, 50-50 PG-VG 6 Nick. Can you imagine if that was a high VG, our clouds would be a lot bigger than that. But I do like my throat hit and flavor as well, so I like to vape anywhere from 50-50 up to 30-70 PG-VG. That's just kind of my preference. Every time I go high on the real high on the VG, the flavor seems to lack to me. But the nice thing about smooth liquid is you can add extra flavor in there, add as much as you want. So if you do go with a higher VG with a company like Smooth Liquid, you can add those extra flavor shots in there and still have plenty of flavor in there for you. But let's give this Zenith V2 another vape here real quick. We definitely got our head in the clouds. Nice, big, thick clouds. You can't ask for more. So alright guys, that wraps up the first episode of Head in the Clouds on the Zenith V2 clone that I got from Angel Sigs. I hope it was helpful to you guys if you're looking to do a build with dual coils at about 0.6, 0.63 ohms. And remember guys, be safe when you're doing these builds. Make sure you have something to check your ohms, use good batteries, and build at your own risk. Oh yeah, baby. Nice clouds out of that Zenith V2 clone. Ho ho ho, baby. And this is going to be one of the giveaways coming up on the vape budget. I will do an identical build to this one as I did today, and it will be one of the giveaways coming up. And remember, please live and let live. Have fun living your life and have fun watching people live theirs. And putting your head in the clouds.